Hey, this is Politics with Laura, and I got a good one for you. Okay. Before I even go, before I get into what I'm going to talk about, please like, subscribe. They are for free. I'm putting out some heavy content, and the powers to be is taking down some of my videos that I noticed. I was going to use one, and it poof disappeared. Um, I know I rub these politicians the wrong way, and I know some of them I do. Madison Cawthorn had my video taken down, but you still lost your seat anyway. I had nothing to do with that. That was all you. But I digress. But like and subscribe. Come on, I work hard. Work hard to get all information out. So help me get to 5,000 subscribers. I'm working hard. Help me out. And again, the powers to be is taking away my watch hours. So please watch and say something. Like it. And if you don't like it, press don't like, subscribe, and then tell me why you don't like it. I can always learn something. It may help me do something different. But on that note, Janeiro 6th. You're like, what is Janeiro 6th? I can't even say it without my getting a blue thing underneath all this other stuff. So, the first month of the year. Okay. Um, it is so easy. It is so easy to blame this man. It's easy to blame him from global warming. It's easy to blame him for cow farts. It's even easy to blame him for children not liking him. I get it. He's not an easy person to like, but he puts America first at all times. All times. And he may have a hard stance, but that's okay. But don't leave me. Don't leave me. Don't leave me because that's not where I'm going. Where I'm going is the US Capitol Police. Now, I made some serious connections in my other videos, but they no longer exist. I got to see if I have them saved. But for Janeiro 6 to be blamed on him, I'm sorry, Janeiro 6 to be blamed on him, you would have to first realize that he doesn't have the power. He doesn't. Has little power, but the person that has the most power at that time, her name is, oh, she has a rough name. They call her Captain Yogi for short, but Yogananda Pittman. She was the acting police chief. And yeah, I got info. I got my receipts and invoices to back up what I'm saying. She was the head of everything that went on in that building. She was responsible for all things, even the hair on the senators and congressmen's head, and women too. Responsible for everything, but she did not fully do her job. Now, you're like, politics, but Laura, that's nothing new. You're right. That's nothing new. But however, this was a bit different because Janeiro 6 was called the biggest crisis in insurrection, direction, whatever you want to call it. But that's not what it was because the Supreme Court said that's not what it was. They said it. And let's say Nancy Pelosi ran with the charge saying it's insurrection, direction, instruction, sion, okay? But Nancy Pelosi plays a big part in this because she wielded a lot of power. Now, let's first go with the info real quick. Let me show you some stuff here. Let me show you something. Okay, here. This is, oh, come on. This is not working out the way I wanted to. Okay, her. Oh my goodness. This is not cool. U.S. Capitol Police official in charge of intel on Janeiro 6 returns to that role. That's her. Yogandala, Yoganada Pittman, Yogi. That's her. And we got to pay attention to her. Okay. Now, here, the U.S. Capitol Police officials who was in charge of the intelligence operations of Janeiro 6th, before briefly becoming the acting chief, has reduced his role despite criticisms over the security breakdown during the insurrection. Yoganada Pittman is back in her position as assistant chief of protective and intelligent operations, where she oversees the physical security of the U.S. Capitol and the intelligence operations, according to the department's website. Now, this is the date. Okay. Now we have a little bit of backstory going on here. Let's continue on with the story. Now, she's in all of the meetings. She disseminates all the information to where people, because she's over the intelligence and the security of the people. And that was during of the count, the 1, 2, 3, 4 of the botas. Okay. Everybody gets a bota. Who you're going to vote for and cast it. Yes, I'm being very okay. And she was in charge of all that. So when Donald Trump went down to the what is it called? Down to an area by the US Capitol, saying, we have a right to have our voices heard. We have a right to say what we want. And that was the insurrection, right? Later information came out that the Phoebe people were there. There were some Phoebe people, a lot of Phoebe people in there. And if you know anything about consciousness, or how can I say group energy, group consciousness, it takes one person in a crowd of people to change the mindset, whether it's going to be happy, sad, angry, or riot. And they know that. And drove those people over there. Now, you can sit there and say all day long that it's his fault. But the Phoebe people were in there, and it has been proven that they were counter Trump. Again, whether if you like him or not, that has nothing to do with it. Put your feelings aside. Let's stick with the facts. Feelings are for something else. It doesn't belong here right now. No. Mm-mm. But blamed it all on him. All right, let's get back to this. So, oh, come on. Why are you messing up? So she went through a lot of criticism, and she was, you know, beaten up pretty good, not physically, but figuratively. And there were a lot of people that were against her. Oh, they wanted her gone. But here, oh, what a name, Gus Papathan you whatever chairman, forgive me, his name, I'm messing it up, no disrespect, captain or chairman of the US Capitol Police Labor Union told CNN via text on Wednesday that he would that it is absolutely disgraceful that she remains on a position. It's a slap on the wrist. But now you got to ask yourself, why? Why is she still there? Oh, she serves a purpose. Serves a purpose. Just imagine that you have people that have free reign that went into that building, trashed it. And one older guy said, Nancy Pelosi, where are you? Where are you? And went into her room. And I find it her office. I find it quite interesting how there were people videotaping certain things. So if you're there, and as they say, to cause a riot, an insurrection, you would think that videotaping things would not be a part of it, but that's what happened. And following him, quite interesting, going through her desk, turning things over. And then it turned. Now, I wonder if he was taking pictures of certain things. Was he Phoebe? Was he a letter of another 3-letter agency in another country? Was he a foreign actor? Don't know. Don't know. But go over that stuff. Quite interesting. And the person and okay, I'm going to shorten this up. And the interesting thing about it is this. Yogi, was able to retire early. Now, this happened when she was 50, not retiring age. But I find it quite interesting how she not only retired, she landed a new job across the United States and California. You can't make this up. You can't. And she got a job UC Berkeley. Oh yeah. UC Berkeley hired her. Now she's committed. Here she is. And let me just, I hope I don't get in a fair use. She said something interesting. February 2023.
People should know about me that I am a transparent leader. I have been in law enforcement now for 2 years. I bring a wealth of knowledge and experiences, lived experiences, to this profession.
Now, I got to pause it. Now, she says that she's transparent. Was she transparent on Janeiro 6th? Was she? Apparently, she was holding back information, and people below her couldn't call her a liar because if they called her a liar, then she could sue them for slander, defamation, all types of stuff that she could have said. But, and I'm going to leave it right there. I'm not going to go any further with that video. I just wanted you to hear that she had 22 years of experience and she's transparent, which many of us could say is not the case at all. But there's something in particular I would like to really hone in. All right. I think this is important. Oh, okay. I already got it up. All right. Here. Okay. She was sworn in active duty on the Capitol Police Force just hours before September 11th, 2001, terror, okay, in Washington, D.C. Okay, that's Okay. And in Barack Obama and then Donald Trump, a seeming epidemic of police violence against Black people and the insurrection against the U.S. democracy on Janeiro 6th. Now, keep in mind, we're not a democracy. And the fact that people keep on saying that only shows that there has been a soft coup going on in this country for a very long time, to where they are just continuing on with it. But okay, let me just go ahead and just get to the heart of the matter. Let me just get in and get into it, because we got to see who had the power to pull this off, to get her there to UC Berkeley, and to give her full retirement. And when I say her, I mean Yogananda Pittman. All right. This person here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Mara.
Okay, here. Are you thinking, why are you showing me this? Well, I'm showing you this because it's going to show the person who's behind it. California's 12th district, congressional district. And it just so has, as you can see right here, Berkeley. Okay, this congressperson is over Berkeley. So let's go down. Okay, let's go down, 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 down. Okay, not this person back in 1937. No, stick with me. As we go and we see all these people. Oh, the first woman is Jackie Spire. But who do we come up with? January 3rd, 2013 to January 3rd, 2023. And at that time, she was there and was the minority leader and wielded a lot of power and was able and had the ability to shut everything down and bring the not the police. Oh my goodness, the National Guards in, but that's not what she did. She allowed everything to go awry. She allowed that. And she also gave, again, Yogi Pittman, Police Chief Yogi Pittman, her full benefits and a job at UC Berkeley as the head of police chief. She's the head of security in the university. She goes from, you can't make this stuff up. Oh my goodness. She goes from Capitol Police over a federal job, guarding the entire building and all the senators and congressmen in it, making sure everybody's where they're supposed to be, having a very high rank to where she gets briefed on things that's going on the federal level, and she knows about it, to a university. Interesting. And I gotta find my notes. She making a lot of money. She was making 200,000 or 250,000 there as Capitol Police, and had her little severance package along with her full retirement. And now over there at UC Berkeley, she's as captain, police chief of a university, pulling in, was it like a nice gig? A nice gig, I might add. But everyone's looking at Donald Trump, but they're not looking at Nancy Pelosi. And go back over my other videos to where I spell things out. What happened over to ukulele country and how things are pointing to Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden, Victoria Nuland. Just check those things out right there. But it's easy to blame Donald Trump. And he does some little wild stuff that are questionable. But he's not, it doesn't mean that who the Democrats, or shall I say specific Democrats, say that he is, because there's a lot of fighting within that. But oh goodness, I forgot to change it. But check that out. Don't believe anything that I say, just check it out. But on that note, I want to thank you for stopping by.